the man says, away we go. Hopefully a steady day of work here. There's no guest on the chair here this morning, yet. Join the stream and watch a guy spit on his finger. It's okay. Okay, we've got some carving to do. This is the flower block. Well, who we got here? Good morning, everyone. Looking bright today, Dave. You mean outside? It's a bit cloudy. It's okay. Nice day, I think. Not so hot. More shoes. That's not her. Look what's happening today. I'm just going to be carving. I'm going to get work on this block. Might do a bit of hammering to clear off some of these blocks. Guests, I know my daughter's in town. She's upstairs. They're just finishing up their laundry. We had breakfast together a while ago. The guest chair, TM. Where's that going to go over the years? So what's the schedule here? Normal carving for me. My daughter will stop in. They're going to go out for a walk this morning. They're heading for Winnow Park for the zoo, I think. But I've asked her to please stop in and say hello to the stream before she leaves. So after she finishes her laundry up there, they'll pop in for a minute and say hello. No, Jed's coming, I think he comes in on the 21st or 22nd. This is the 18th. Jed's still 4 or 5 days away. So nobody here. It's my daughter who's here this week. So. Okay, let's go. We know what we're doing here. This is the block for the red flower type patterns. Where are we? The one we're doing right now. This is the original painting. A bit blurry red. We'll be doing it in a sharper, clearer red. And it's right here. There's no way yesterday I had any time to touch this block. I knew I wouldn't. We had 4, was it 5 parties scheduled. And yesterday, I should just get a tape recorder here and just press the button. You know, yesterday was an insane day. But yesterday was even more of an insane day than anything else we've ever had before. It was so much fun yesterday. You know. The evening before, when I was doing the night shift, on the evening before, a group of ladies had come in. They'd been walking down the street. It's a group of ladies from the Netherlands. And it turns out there's some kind of art-related group. They're here in Japan. For traveling and looking around, going to museums, galleries, stuff like that. And they had seen on the airplane the documentary about us. So a few of them, 5 or 6 of them, whatever, had taken the trouble to come and see us. And we were just closing the other night, so they just looked around a little bit, and they said, we will be back tomorrow. This must have been Tuesday night they came in, I guess. And they said, we'll be back tomorrow with the rest of our friends. So yesterday they came in, and I think there were 14 of them. I'm not quite sure because I didn't have much chance to talk to them because I was doing party work yesterday. But there were about 14 of these ladies, and they cleaned us out. They just tried to clean us out. They fell in love with what we're doing. They loved the prints, both the new prints and the flea market prints. They weren't interested in the game stuff per se, as you would expect. And they basically tried to clean out the whole shop. And I came out from the party room to chat with some of them because it was obvious there was a special group here. And at the end of the day, after they had gone, and the staff was just stunned, staggered, you know. Was that her 4 minutes early? I'm not sure. A bit too fast, I think. I think she walks a bit slower than that. I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% sure that was her. If she's early, why would she be walking quicker? Anyway, whatever. Let that go. But as far as yesterday goes, I think I've said recently to you in some of these days that sales records, as far as sales volume, people buying prints, whatever, we've set new records any number of times in the past few days this week as we move into October. Yesterday, we more than doubled any previous record. You know, it was just astonishing, just astonishing. You know, I don't really want to get into that conversation too much. Look, we've got a new high score. I mean, we're not playing a video game here, and this is money we're talking about. It's not, you know. We definitely don't want to move into a mode where I'm thinking of how much are we going to sell today and stuff like that. But it's part of the normal way of doing business here. At the end of the day, I get this thing all worked out and do the bookkeeping. And they cleaned us out yesterday. So. And the girls were having so much fun. And these women too, you know, I did speak to some of them as they were leaving, and they said, "Oh my God, we're so overjoyed. We're so happy to find this place. This stuff is so beautiful." And, you know. So as of now, there's dozens more of our prints living in the Netherlands. You know. It was the same direction, yeah, going by from the station. I mean, at this time of day, everybody's walking that direction. You'll see them pass to the right. The station is at the left from your point of view, and offices and stuff are towards the right. So. Yeah, auctions last night, there was a whole bunch of auctions. I told you that person was putting those Adachi prints up. Half of them came last night and half of them are coming tonight. And I got nothing last night. I got absolutely nothing. You know, I bid, but I got outbid. You know, it's not an auction addiction. We're not buying stuff just for buying stuff. We're buying things, a few nice items for our personal collection, and the rest things that we think we can put in the shop. But I got outbid last night, and you're asking me, well, if we're making so many sales, you've got so much money, just bid higher. I can't just do that because, remember, as I mentioned before, in order to sell things at a fair price, we can't buy them at a good retail price. We have to buy them at a cheaper price. You know, we can't operate buying and selling at the same price. So once the auction price has gone up near what I think is the real value of those items, I can't bid anymore. I have to drop out. I can buy it for myself, that's okay. But if it's something for the shop, once the price goes up to its value, I can't buy it. And that's what happened last night. These items, these Adachi sets were very popular, and there's obviously people out there who are buying for themselves, not buying for resale. And I can't compete with such people. So the same thing may happen tonight. I don't know. It's too bad, you know, I sat there and watched, I bid, I punched in, and then I watched these beautiful prints sail away to other places, you know. And if it really was Dave's auction addiction, he would have bought them for himself, but I can't. There's a limit on how much I can do on that. So it's quite sad for me. You know, I'd anticipated all day being able to get some of those packages, but no go. Sugu-san was really happy yesterday. She was printing upstairs. And partway along, she came downstairs, and I hadn't gone upstairs to chat with her, and she needed advice on the job she's doing, so she knew I couldn't come up there. So she came down bringing her sample print to show me, and in the middle of doing a print party, I chatted with her. But also, while she was downstairs, I took the opportunity to show her. looked at the cash register. I showed her how many of her prints had left that day so far. And she works upstairs and doesn't really see this. She doesn't see the prints going out. She just makes them, gives them to me in batches, and then moves on to the next batch. But I took her to the square cash register and just showed her, look, there's one of your prints, there's one of your prints, there's another one. And she could actually really see the stuff she'd been making. There it is. It's in the shop. She knows that. But there it is. They're leaving one by one by one by one by one. And she's really happy. It's so nice for her, you know. Her work directly. She can see it. She makes them upstairs. We put them downstairs, and people take them home. You know, it really must be gratifying for her. You know? And I remembered to take her paper out this morning, so no panic. If anybody's reminding me, take out Suga-san's paper. I did do that, but thanks for the reminder if that's what's happening. Cal saved my bacon yesterday. But, also, I have no idea how his printing went. Cal was here through certainly all the morning and part of the afternoon. And when he left, he took the trouble to come and say, hi Dave, thanks. And I asked him, like, what happened upstairs? How's your printing going? It was impossible. He had no chance to sit and talk with me about it. So I don't know what happened yesterday with Cal Carlisle and the printing. I assume he had a good session up there, but I don't know. Any chance of joining the dealers group? We are. We participate in the dealer auctions downtown. I myself am not a member of the dealers group, but Wade-san, our associate, is. And he bids for us on our behalf. He knows what I want. He knows the stuff we're looking for, and he bids for me. I mean, he bids for himself, but brings stuff in. You know. I could join the Dealers Association. You would need 3 or 4 things. First, I would need to get an antique selling license, which means registering with the police department, passing the test, blah, blah, blah. Then I would have to join the Antiques Dealers Association, and that would be, I don't know what their fees are. It's $5,000 a year or something, I don't know. It's pretty hefty because it's a closed club, you know, the Ukiyo Antique Dealers, the guys down there. It's a closed club. And I think if I asked them and said, look, can I get in there, I assume they would say yes, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% sure about that. We're a bit of a mix. We're not just an antique dealer here. We're really a publisher. Our main job is publishing prints, doing this on the side. And whether they would want me in there or not, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We have access to that stuff. It's very peaceful out there this morning, you know, because my daughter and her husband were here. They've come from Canada, so they're on the time jet lag, which means they're up really early in the morning. So they're up at like 4 o'clock. So, but this morning I got up early too. I was okay. I crashed early last night. I got up early this morning. So we went for a walk together. There are 4 of us, me and my daughter, her husband, and the baby. So we walked over to Sensoji Temple and saw some of the sights around there. I showed around the back streets and some of the things that we know over there. So it's a very pleasant walk this morning. When I first moved to Asakusa here, we didn't have this streaming, and the shop was really much more quiet than it is. So for me, I was able to walk around the neighborhood much more. In recent years, I don't get the chance to do that much. So today it was nice to take the time to go and do that. We're just in the middle, it happens every 2 years. Right behind Sensoji Temple is a large open space that's sometimes used as a parking lot for buses. It's a wide space. It's like if you imagine the same space as a school ground might be. There's room for maybe 30 buses or something in there. But right now the buses are kicked out because every 2 years, what happens is, I think it's Shochiku, one of the large entertainment companies that runs a lot of the kabuki. They use that space and they put up a theater. They build an actual building with a huge giant stage and arches and customers going up to the roof and stuff. They build an actual theater in that space. And that's going on right now. And when I first saw this, it would be, what's this? This is 2018, so 16. So 2014, I would have seen it. I didn't understand what I was seeing. I thought, oh my God, they've destroyed the parking space. There's a new building going up. Wow, I didn't think they could build something so close to the Sensoji Temple. I didn't think that would be permitted. And the reason it's permitted is because it's temporary. They put up the building, and this is a giant, giant building. And then they tear it down again 6 weeks later. They just do a run of kabuki for 6 weeks. So I didn't know what I was seeing back in 2014 when I saw it. But then 2 years later in 2016 I saw it, and now again in 2018, here it is. And it's just an insane project. It must be, I'm trying to think of a Google link for it, because there must be people taking pictures of it and showing what's going on. Maybe if you Googled Sensoji Kabuki Asakusa or something, you can get pictures of this building. It's a huge, huge theater. It must seat a couple of thousand people, I think. I don't know. And it's temporary. They build it, do a 6-week run, and then tear it down. And what happened last time, 2 years ago, was I had come back to the office one day and I said, oh yeah, the theater building is going up again like it did 2 years ago, you know. And Shiba-san, one of the girls, you know, who does designing for us too, she said, oh yeah, I meant to get tickets for that. So we went online, and this was while they were still building the thing. We went online, and the entire 6-week run was already sold out. People wait for this thing. They wait eagerly for it. So the fact that the building now is almost finished tells me it's already sold out. School kids, tour group. I know. Are they all girls? I'm not sure. Middle school or grade 6? I'm not quite sure. Nobody found the link for that? I'll look it up later then. If you search for Kabuki Asakusa or something. Where am I lost? Here we are. I think they buy all their shoes at the same place. So what are you guys chatting about today? No idea. Everybody is shoe lady. Heisei Nakamura-za. That's it, that's it, that's it. The last known god has got it. I remember this. Every 2 years. Bang, bang, bang. Heisei Nakamura-za Theater. I'm not sure what they're going to call it because this is the last year of Heisei, so maybe they have to change their name for it next time around. I don't know. I think they do a 6-week run here in Sensoji and then they move it down to Osaka, and maybe they do it 1 year here, 1 year there, 1 year here. I don't know the pattern. They've got this whole giant theater. They move it up, put it on trucks, and bang, take it away. It's spectacular, absolutely spectacular. Trying to throw us off the scent. She should have her own Twitch stream, obviously. A camera, we should get a camera just outside our window, pointing down so you can just see her feet and her legs. And just broadcast it continuously. Or the Mokohankan Shoe channel, just to watch people's feet walking by. Well, that reminds me too, we were walking with my daughter and son-in-law this morning. We went over towards Sensoji Temple, behind it. I wanted to show them the little cool shrine that was behind the temple. And when we came back out the outside of Sensoji, I remembered that there was a live webcam. I think I gave you the link a few days ago. There's a live webcam on one of the shops that points down onto Sensoji Temple. So I wanted to look and see where it was, and yeah, you can see it up on the top of the building there. It's the Nakaya is the name of the company, Nakaya Matsuri Festival Goods. And you can see they've got quite a little tower, miniature tower, and what looks like a camera pointed down in the same direction. So the three of us stood under it this morning and waved, hi mom, but it's live, so we couldn't see it at the same time, of course. So. It might be cool for us to do that, I guess, whatever. This is a fun street. There's lots of activity all day long, so we've got lots of internet bandwidth here, so if we had time to fool around, it might be fun to put a live webcam up on our own building, just pointing out onto this street. And just too many projects to get distracted with. That would be fun. I'm enjoying this wood, this new old wood. It's really pleasant after having our own stuff for the past few years. It's really, really pleasant now to have some real wood to carve. It's just so even and consistent. As you mentioned, a bit too brittle, but for a color block like this, no problem. I'm not quite sure how we could handle a key block, a bit too brittle for that. A live webcam in the shop. I'm not planning that. I don't think that's such a good idea. In fact, that's probably not legal actually, but I wouldn't do that, quick question for you. Have you learned much about other forms of printing around the world? Western lino cut? No, I'm sorry. I really don't know much about this at all. Absolutely not. No. The lino cut thing uses oil-based pigments, a press. They layer differently. I have no knowledge about this. I've never tried it. Don't know anything about it at all. So no, I'm not the guy to go to. I don't even know who to start to give you information on that kind of stuff. It's completely outside of my knowledge. There's an interesting thing that is not commonly known. I know people think of this Japanese woodblock printmaking as being sort of, quote, the ancient art of Japanese, ukiyo-e printmaking. The Westerners had it first. The Japanese were late to the party. Very late to the party. The earliest Japanese prints in this form of pictorial form, I mean, they had Buddhist images that they were stamping on paper and stuff a long time ago. But the earliest things that you would think of as actual prints are late 1600s. And color printing didn't come into Japan until the early 1700s, and then ukiyo-e took off around that time. And the Westerners had this long before, long before. So this is not all that ancient over here. Whether through lack of imagination or lack of no requirement for it, I don't really know. I'm not really hip on the history, up to date on all the history of it. But the Japanese were late to the party, but my God, they brought some good stuff to the party. It's incredible. We've talked about it before, why the Japanese printmaking developed to such a high level as compared with other stuff, or specifically to the Chinese. It was because the paper was here, and this kind of wonderfully strong, rich, printable paper was here in Japan for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before printmaking developed. The beautiful, rich Hosho paper was here long before printmaking. So when printmaking came along as an idea, whether they saw it somewhere else or inherently thought of it, I don't know. But the base, there was a technological base in place, this papermaking, that allowed printmaking to develop into an astonishingly complex and detailed and rich thing. Over in China, the paper that they had made for hundreds of years was very thin and flimsy compared to the Japanese paper. They were using it mostly for calligraphy. And the Japanese papermaking tradition had been different. So. Is this block done? That's carved, that's carved, that's done. This is the flower block. That's done. Okay, I got a couple of options here. I can start hammering this to clear this out, or I can start the next block. And the next block's a little bit different. And I haven't yet printed out all the tracings for these. But we're going to need a blank background block for this, and I don't need a tracing. So let's try this. If I zoom out a bit here. You can see how it's going to work. I know we've got some pieces of wood. This is leftover antique wood now. These were not quite long enough. What I need is to do one print here with a registration mark. Zoom out a bit more. Each face is going to have two colors for this print. So there's going to be registration marks here for this. Then what we'll do with this space is I will turn the block around, put registration marks here, and put another color here. And the paper we're using is going to be that size. But actually they overlap a bit. The paper will be 15 centimeters. We need space for the registration. So we need block 32. And this block's only 30. Now it doesn't matter because all the colors don't come right to the edge on every block. So it's okay. But what I need, the color for the background block will come to the full width of the paper. So I can't put the background block here because it's going to bang into this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an open face. I've got a second piece of wood here. There's going to be 7 in all. So we're going to use both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 of this one, and 5, 6, 7 of this one. And this face is the one we kept. It's the most open face with the least amount of disruptive wood grain. This one, for example, is a hard spot in the middle. So if I print the background here, we'll tend to get a hard bit of color there. So this area, this face, will become the background block. I don't need a tracing because we know how big it is. Cut the registration marks first, 5 millimeters, 15, 5 millimeters, 10. So let's do that now. And to do that, I need a ruler, which I forgot to get. So excuse me a second. Let me go and pick up my scale. Earthquake. Yo-sho. Do we have 15, 30, 11? A big black one there. Yeah, we're okay. Okay, time for our daily tap. Headphone wearers, be careful. It's going to be a loud, sharp noise. 3, 2, 1. If I need that in or out. Okay. So that'll be the background area of this print. Double check before we cut. The paper is going to be 15 centimeters, which means from the Kento the paper goes to here. The image will be 5 millimeters inside that. On this distance, it will be an 11 centimeter paper, image 5 millimeters inside that. Looks like we're good to go. Measure twice, cut once. Time's at 8:47. He should be visiting from our sidekick Cameron. Should be getting here soon, I think. He's now in what? He's approaching the end of his first week as a bachelor. Is he losing weight or what? I don't know. No idea. Actually, I think we'll chat with him about it when he gets here. But I think he said he's going to take. He's going to go home early Friday. I think he said, because what he's going to do, he's going to take the weekend. It's a chance for him to travel and all. Same for me. If I had 3 free days, I'd like to jump on a plane or a train and head out somewhere, you know. And because he's got a young baby, they don't have too much chance to travel. So with his wife and baby away, it's a chance for him to put his cameras in the bag and do some traveling. I think that's what he's going to do Friday afternoon. Out, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll ask him when he gets here. What would I do? Where would I go if I had 3 free days in Japan? Where would I go? Depends on the season, I think. Right now, we're coming into autumn. I think I'd go to Kamikochi, up to the Alps. I'd spend a few days doing light. I can't say hiking. I'm not much of a hiker anymore. I've got no boots and stuff anymore. But I'd like to do walking and stuff. So I think that's where I'd head. I'd head up to the Alps. Not any specific mountain climbing, just strolling in the area up there, up in the highlands. Beautiful weather. Clean, clear, not too cold yet. That's where I'd go if I had a few days to do so. All right, I think we'll do a bit of tapping here. Not any really loud smashing, just a bit of tapping. This is the background block, so this area will stay, just a flat, straight background for this print, no other markings. And then we'll go around the outside of it, just clear away a bit of the outside. No, Cameron's not divorced. Don't get me in trouble. No suggestion. Just his wife went back to visit her mother for a couple of weeks. 2 weeks, I think. Motorcycle racing. Well, you can ask him when he gets here. I would doubt that would be his thing. He's a pretty quiet guy. But, who knows? No idea. Okay, bit of tapping. Oh, here he is. Speak of the man. I was just mentioning that you said you're going to be away weekend. You're off the weekend for some fun. So.
But not today.
If I had 3 days free myself, where would I go? What would I do? And I was just thinking, this year it's October. Kamikochi, can I? Alps.
Yeah.
It's a cool, not before the real cold weather sets in.
Yeah.
So. Do you have an actual plan worked out? Sapporo, Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
You gonna fly up or take a train up?
Yeah, fly up.
To save some time.
Train's so expensive.
Here's the man himself anyway. A train's so expensive. Welcome to Japan.
Yeah.
Listen.
Flights 5,000 or 6,000 yen each way. But I took
That's all?
Yeah.
Really? Did you book long in advance or?
No, just through Jetstar. It's really cheap, low cost airline.
I've got a bit of tapping to do. No big wild down, but no big wild thrashing. This is the background block for the print. So.
Oh, each of those look a little thicker than usual.
These are. I know. This is the stuff. The old blocks that we ourselves have split.
So there's a bit more variation.
So you get a bit more variation. The other one we're doing is a bit thinner.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're learning how to use the bandsaw. You can see this one; it had a thick and a thin. And bandsaws are tough when you're working with a big piece of wood. We're going to learn how to do this, but bit by bit. So the first attempts were a bit wavery, so we had to plane some of them down a bit flatter. But this one was good.
Yeah, very cool.
Should I move the mic? I think it's okay. I don't really know. We got that compressor.
They said
okay, let's give it a try.
Past, the hammer's been okay. So. No, I'm not divorced now. They're all confused.
Did I say something wrong?
No.
What?
I think because he said, I'm a bachelor right now. So someone said, Cameron's divorced now? Question mark.
I put bachelor in quotation marks. You can't see the air quotes. I'm sorry. Cameron, what? I started another meme here. Sorry about that.
No.
Excuse me. Go man.
No.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. The last known god is headed up to Hokkaido to go skiing this year. I hear it's great up there.
Niseko or
I don't know. Just like Hokkaido.
that must mean he's Australian, is it?
Yeah, probably. Tons of Australians come to Japan for skiing.
I think they own half of it now up there, don't they? They've been buying resorts and buying
Nagano
hotels.
too.
And, yeah.
Motorcycle racing in Motegi this weekend. I don't know if I could see Cameron at a motorcycle race though. I don't think I could see Cameron at a motorcycle race either. Not. But.
What about what was it? They had the F1 race here, wasn't it? Like a few weeks back or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah, is that your thing? No, mine. Couldn't get me within 50 miles of that one. We're such boring people, us straight white dudes like this. You know what it is.
What Did something happen with that section, or why does it have an X, or is it just going to be the
gonna
background?
Just to remind me, that's the area to stay. It's not X as in wrong, it's X as in do not touch.
Don't touch this. Yeah. Got it. Yep, F1 was last week.
That's where Suzuka or something, I heard the name associated with it.
Yep, there's F1 Suzuka.
Sorry about the noise. The compressor will probably. You can't talk and bang at the same time, I guess. I think so. We heard our shoe sounds today at 8:04.
Oh, early.
I wasn't 100% sure it was the same person, but it was very, very close to the pace, the sound, at 8:04. So usually when she's different, it's 8:04 and 8:16 or 17 or something. Different next train or something.
Yeah. The last known god. Are you living here in Japan too?
He moves around, right? 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
yeah. He's a mobile guy.
Okay.
Lives here, lives there. Works, through the internet, whatever, some maintenance of a server rack or something. Which
Yeah, says I live here part-time. Okay. Cool. Is the compressor working for you guys, or have we blown out all your speakers?
Should be okay, I think.
Yeah.
So what do you think yesterday? Snow yesterday in the shop here. Incredible, wasn't it? This is so...
Did you keep it open later, or did you end up closing so you could go out with your family and
here.
stuff?
He covered for me for an hour while I went and had dinner with Humi-chan. But then when I came back, it was obviously going to be really, really quiet. So I just shut it down and spent time upstairs.
Good.
So we didn't stay open yesterday.
Okay.
I started feeling myself, David, it's greedy. My God, you've already just doubled your previous sales record this afternoon. You're going to stay open to try and catch more people. I mean, that's not why we go. We're not trying to catch people, but just to be here when they come. So.
Yeah.
And those ladies, I don't. Did you meet probably one of those ladies from the Netherlands?
I hadn't briefly. I did come down several times.
5 or 6 of them had been here Tuesday evening.
Okay.
They'd seen the video, the documentary on the airplane at KLM, so they came to check us out. And it was too late in the evening, and they didn't have their passports with them. And they wanted to tell their friends anyway, so they just said, we'll be back later.
Yeah.
Okay, they left. Whatever, back later, whatever.
Yeah.
They did come back yesterday. It was 14 of them, I think, 12 or 14 of them. It's an art group. They're here in Japan to visit galleries and this and this and this. So once they found out about us, that's it. They came in. And without wanting to be evil, they came in like a swarm of locusts yesterday and just went through the whole place.
I want this.
Exactly. And they were jostling. Somebody would pick up a print, and the other person says, "Oh, I want that." And they're like, and so Koizumi-san was running to the back. Do we have another one? And this sort of stuff. So for our own publications, we have more than one because we publish them. But for the flea market, that's it. There's one.
That's what's out there. What's out there is what we have.
So there were some scenes. We didn't get involved. The two ladies are wrestling over this print, and it's none of my business. They can sort it out between themselves. Oh, you saw it first. I mean, there wasn't any fights or anything. It was this kind of stuff. And they were so happy. I was really partying all day long, so I didn't have much chance to talk to them.
Right.
But a couple of them did. The sort of leader of the group, I chatted with her before they left, and she was so happy. She said, this is what we do all the time. We find art shops and stuff and this and that, and they were just so pleased to find this place, to find such beautiful stuff. And she said, I don't understand. Are you okay? Are you making a living doing this? Because the prices are so low.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll arrange to have it doubled by the time you come back next year. So it's just so cool to get this feedback. They're happy about us, about the stuff, and about the prices.
Yeah.
So they were happy. We're happy. Nemabe-san, you got to phone me in today. Whatever they're going to be happy. So.
Wow.
But again, the Netherlands. So much of our stuff is living in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Online orders too, not just people from the Netherlands coming into the shop, but maybe some of the people watching here.
Well, not live.
It's 2 in the morning. known God said he might come over in the next couple weeks. Yeah, come on over and say hi. That'd be great.
You think that's him to sit in at stream time? Or,
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
If you want. But he said he's coming. He might come over by the shop.
And if he feels, to be able to chat like this, fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool.
He wants to join that inner circle group of the people who have seen the shoe lady. So far, there's 2 people in the group.
Oh, who else has seen?
I don't know. Somebody I met.
Let's see.
Shoe lady club. It's like there's these clubs, right? The Mile High Club of people who have certain activity. There's the shoe lady club of people who have seen her in real life.
Though I'd be down to sit in for a stream if you want.
If he's close, of course. There might be people who prefer to remain, anonymous or whatever with the game. So.
Treadmill 2 observed that the corner Kento looks pretty close to the printing area. Does that cause any sort of issue there? Or yeah, it does.
It does, and of course, and we're rubbing pigment all over this thing. The Kento itself gets totally covered with pigment.
Yeah.
And that last video you made, you saw, right? Sugi-san has that little metal bracket when she's rubbing the pigment on.
And others we've seen use spoons.
Yeah, we've got the spoon cut. So I don't have one here in front of me right now, but if you imagine when the printer, when the printer's rubbing pigment on, this would get totally dirty. Then when you put your printing paper in, the printing paper gets dirty.
All in the corner.
That was what I was doing yesterday. I don't have one in front of me right now enough to show. Yeah, Itakura-san, they're filthy prints. So what we do is we have our printers. They just protect the corner. When they're rubbing the brush over, they use either a spoon with a notch cut out of it, or Sugi-san has a little metal. She's got a little plastic thing she flips up and flips down, so that when they're rubbing the pigment, the corner doesn't get filthy dirty. The paper comes in and away we go. But most of the traditional printers don't they don't care about it. They just get the Kento dirty. Here we are. So if you see, if you pass me, see the flowers over there, the one on the stand there?
This one here?
Yeah.
Japanese.
Right, that's got a dirty corner, right?
Actually, it looks pretty good. It's only a little bit right there.
Looks pretty good, but it's, oh no, that's the, well, it shows dirty. In the Hasui corner, it should be look for the one with the snow, the Kiyomizu snow.
Spring snow at Kyoto.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that one's nice.
But that's I've cleaned that already. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it. This one's not so bad. Here, because the gray block comes close to the Kento, there's a bit of gray pigment in the corner, and up here where there are other registration markers, you can see this printer. He didn't really care. He let it go. And we ourselves, we demand that our printers wipe these corners so we get a clear margin. And this is the printer Itakura-san, and he doesn't care at all. Now I've cleaned this. I've taken a razor blade and I've shaved off most of the dirty crap here. So it was a huge blue, black, totally crappy mark. And I've tried to clean up as much as I can. Here it is. He's got more up here and more up here. And again, I've shaved this off. So yeah, careless printers make a mess in those corners. Printers who take care don't make a mess. But yes, it is tough. It takes time, you got to put your guard in, wipe, take the guard off, and print.
Oh, sorry, I think I shook this.
That was me, I was in and out with it.
Okay.
I need to push this out of the way. Okay.
Good night. That's off for the night.
Not me.
Did you get a little more sleep last night?
Yeah, fine. No, I
Okay,
didn't stay up late at all. No. I had bidding to do last night, and remember I told you those Adachi sets?
Yeah.
Half of them were last night and half of them are tonight. I lost every one. I didn't get anything.
No. Did
I
they
was-
just go really high, or did you fall asleep?
No. They went near value price, near what's a fair price to sell them, and that's it. That's the point when I'm out. When I could buy it for myself at that time, but I'm trying to be reasonable about stuff. We've added too much to our collection recently, so they're talking about Davis feeding his internet auction addiction, and no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so. No, not me. I'm not an addict. No. I can stop whenever I want. It's okay. But the point yesterday, I didn't buy any of those things. I really wanted them, but I didn't buy any of them.
Right.
Something else before I forget. The printer. We have got to do that today.
Got to do it today.
I don't know what's on your schedule, but really, if
printer's
you're
on the
leaving early
schedule.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
If we can get it set up and running, and we maybe even should have
Print
ordered.
some of the test boards.
Yeah, and so we get it sent to Ome.
Okay.
Whatever. Then we've got a problem about getting drivers for it set up on the Ome computer and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's got to be done. It's a top priority now. We're running out of a bunch of Hunger Club prints.
And they can't.
And they
give
can't
us
ship
more.
it.
Yeah.
Also, I left a list for you.
Okay.
On when I did my booking entry last night at your desk.
Yeah.
There's a piece of paper. Also, the Jushman came.
Oh, good.
It's on your desk.
It arrived. Okay, great.
Anyway, I got some numbers. I know the numbers are the stuff we are desperately short of right here. For example, 4 Crane and Waves went yesterday. We have nothing. They have a bunch left. Are they in today? Is there anybody there today?
I believe so, but I'll check that.
So anyway, there's a list. They may be picking them up because I did all the entries,
Right.
so they can see it from their computer.
Okay.
But I really want to.
Just verify.
Yes,
we need
absolutely.
this one and this one and this one.
Forget the normal quantities. Forget about sending 2 or 3. Just
send
get a shovel
a
out.
bunch.
Yes.
A shovel.
Just for the stream people, what we're talking about here is when we finish printing a batch of prints, we check them here, and then they go to our Ome workshop. And Ome is where they are stored and where they are packed. They're put into the packing for sales. So in the Asakusa shop here, because we don't have too much space, we'll keep 4 or 5 copies of each of our normal prints. We keep 1 or 2 in the sales bin and 1 or 2 in a side shelf outside. Because normally we wouldn't sell more than 1 or 2 copies of each particular print each day. Then each night when the sales things flow through our software, it's all updated. The Ome staff sees the next morning what we're getting low on. It's automatic in our software. And they then package and ship to Asakusa. So we are always kept in stock.
Yeah.
Now during the year that's worked fine. We have a minimum level when it's for each print. When it gets down to 5 or when it gets down to 3, Ome sees it in red, they package and ship to us.
Yeah.
But now we're getting cases where we sell 3, 4, 5 of the same print in one day.
And then, they're all gone.
Yes.
They didn't even get a trigger
So
saying.
Ome
we're
is
done.
now going to have to not step up their game. We're going to have to change the parameters so that we keep 10 or so here each or something like that. So that's what I was chatting with Cameron. So now he's got to talk to Ome today to verify some of these things.
Okay.
So.
build a Kura out back. Just put a storage facility out back. We have like
Yeah, well, this
10
is...
centimeters of space around the building.
Yeah, it's not just a question of space. It's a question of, we're trying to think ahead to the future and what are the safest places to keep these things, you know. We think that our Ome building, it's a strong concrete structure, most of it. It's out of the main earthquake risk area. So we're thinking Ome is the best place for us to keep things like the wood blocks and the finished print packages. Here in Asakusa, I'm convinced that at some point there's going to be quite a major earthquake in Tokyo, and we could lose this building, I think, quite easily. So I want to fairly minimize the amount of stuff we keep in this building.
Yeah.
I may have it backwards, you know. There could be a landslide, wipes out the Ome building, and this one's safe. I have no idea, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, play the odds on what I think might be the best way to do this, you know.
We have to keep some in both places because they ship all our online orders from over there.
Yes.
And we have to keep some in stock here because people come here. Constant balancing act.
But right now, the critical thing is making sure we have prints here to sell. At the moment now, we're out of a bunch of them, and they're sitting on a shelf in Ome, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So. 911 on camera, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Now you're just off the edge. There you go.
Job. Pull it in. Also, just if I want to go here, that means back here. Up there. I think that'll do it, right?
That's good.
Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, look at this, Day-chan. Hello, hello, hello. So good morning. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Did you survive yesterday?
Yeah.
Quite a day, wasn't it?
Oh, Hosono-san is not feeling well today, so she said she's not coming.
Oh, so now she
Bye-bye.
tells me. Okay.
Now she tells
Okay. So it's just you and me and Teiko-san at 5 parties or 4 parties or whatever it is. Okay. Who did she tell? Well, like, why am I just hearing about this now? I don't know. How did you know about it, Rachel?
Because she texted me, because
Text
last
you?
time I didn't know who to text, and then she asked me who should I text, and I said like either me or Teiko-san. I think that would be fine, because I wasn't sure.
I'd kind of like to know about this too when somebody can't come. Well, maybe actually it could be because I haven't looked at email for an hour.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right, no problem. So, God.
So next time should, like, if I'm not feeling, should I email you first?
It depends what time of day we're talking about. You know, from 8 o'clock I don't see email. So what you could do you know how to send email so that it makes a noise here so I can hear it? There's a Twitch question box. Yeah.
Email.
Send an email to twitch@mokohankan.com and put the word question in the subject.
And I go ding.
And the point that goes into a special box here where I hear it. It makes a noise so that I turn to the computer and I'll look at that mail.
Okay.
But, Cameron, can you pop it up here? The thing at the bottom here.
No.
No. I mean in the broadcast stream here.
Oh, okay.
Questions activate.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
So there's a way actually for people to get to my attention during the stream. So
It'll come again. Or I can take
and that's the way to guarantee that during this time from 8 to 9:30, it guarantees that I will actually not quite guaranteed because there's times when so okay, that changes plans. And Humi was asking if I could go out with them this afternoon for a while, and I was thinking, yeah, the girls, Teiko-san and Hosono-san and Rei-chan, can handle this by themselves. But if one of them is off, then that's it. So I'm here. testing the camera?
What? Oh, I'm writing the note for her. So she's about to. Question in the subject line.
Is the stream gone dead or quiet?
Yeah, they're really quiet.
Okay, good.
I just said good morning, Ray-chan.
Thank you.
Yep. So it must include the word question,
Okay.
or we won't hear it. Okay. Grateful not to live in an earthquake or tornado-prone area. Do you have to worry about floods from hurricanes, though? Yeah, lately floods and hurricanes in the U.S. have been pretty horrible. I think most places have some sort of natural disaster that can hit, whether it be blizzards or hurricanes or earthquakes, tornadoes, wildfires. That's been a big thing in the western United States lately. You're never safe anywhere. Just kidding. Don't think that way. It's good to be prepared.
There's something, Ray-chan, we should do this morning before it starts to get busy. I'd like to do a Zyko check on the Yoshida prints.
Okay.
It's been chaos with the Yoshida stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe you two guys
Yeah.
now. There's a list on the iPad there. If you guys just do a quick talk check and just call,
Okay.
Because if,
Go ahead with that,
I
yeah.
don't know, do we need to call her again today or not?
may.
I don't
We'll
know.
see,
So
yeah.
depending on what we find out.
And
Also, one of the ones she brought yesterday, we didn't need this at all. She brought the cherry blossoms print, a large one.
yeah, she said as, what's it called? Itaku. So we weren't paying for that one. She just said, I found one more of these. If you guys want it, take it.
Because we already had,
wasn't
one
sure.
or two, I can't remember.
I thought so too, but she said it's not going to cost you anything until it
Right, no
sells.
problem, no problem. I just wasn't sure if it was a mistake or we'd been asked for something else and it was an error.
No.
Because it has a similar feel to the magpies and blue plum
Right.
blossoms and whatever. And I thought,
Yeah.
oops, somebody's screwed up here. Okay, good. I just mentioned it in case it was.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, so I've been here about a year. Someone asked who I am, and someone used the bot already. Yeah, I do a lot of the emails, orders, and finances, a little bit of it, paying people, and join the stream for an hour.
Well, Cameron runs the subscription software, the auto entry software. He does the payroll.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And the general email, when people write to us, I don't see it anymore. It goes through Cameron first. It's not that he's the gatekeeper, but he's, whatever.
Yeah. One less thing for you to do.
Yeah, I fired over a couple last night that came in to me rather than to Mokohanga.
Okay. I'll
I
take
sent them over.
Thanks. I'm going to go count some prints.
Yeah, please, that's good. That's all. Just turn the thing back. What I just asked Cameron and Ray-chan to do before the shop gets busy this morning is yesterday the ladies from the Netherlands took so many prints that we need to make sure we need to phone Numabi-san, the printer who makes those for us. So we need to check with him and his wife if they can bring some more over. So, but once they get started this morning, they're way too busy to do that. So. Oh, this question's for you, Cameron. Sorry, he's gone for a few minutes. We'll catch him tomorrow, whatever. So, how is it that you got to live the dream by living over here like this? So. I don't know the total backstory of Cameron. He didn't come from America to us here. He was here in Japan for a few years first. He's done different jobs and working in the travel business, stuff like that. You can chat with him later about it. Right now, he's going to some work. the sneeze that went around the world. That wasn't us, that was outside.
Serious.
The sneeze that will live forever. It goes on Twitch for a couple of weeks and it goes on YouTube. What a bizarre world this is turning up to be now. So, you know, we've got this thing, they're getting DNA analysis of some crime that happened 60 years ago. They can pick up a bit of DNA from it, and now it goes to the DNA databases that are on World. So a 60-year-old crime, you find what it is. There's that sneeze. You know. We don't have the technology now, but whatever. At some point, you get voice recognition software, you know, and a crime. Yeah, so it's whatever. A crime. This Google's robots will be digging through all the old YouTube videos, identifying this and that, looking for these signatures, and there's the guy who committed that crime on December the 16th, you know, October the 16th. Whatever. Now it was the shoe lady, now it's the sneeze guy. I doubt he'll be back tomorrow. Please don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. I gotta do some work. You want to call them up back and forth with VChat, or just quickly do it by yourself, or what?
No.
That's the best way to do this. What did you do in the past? Counting numbers. The bins, so we've got it organized.
They're in 3 places there.
Bins, overstock, and then the blue folders.
I mean, in the bins, they're in 3. Yoshida Tate, Yoshida Yoko, Yoshida Beyond. Right there, yes, and that's the one they forgot last time. So.
Oh, okay.
So we want to do Yoshida now.
Yep. And I just checked. Oh, you're just looking at it. One, how many? Expect there's one there and one over here, but not sure yet.
Well, surely it's the other way around. Just grab the bin and go through the bin. That way you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Rather than searching for each print the other way around.
Okay.
You stand by your spreadsheet,
Yeah.
make a new empty column, and she'll just call them out.
Oh, okay.
Rei-chan, you call them up by numbers. Just go through the whole Yoshida bin.
Right, so just one. So he's got a better idea. So just start here and tell me the numbers you see, and I will add them up in here. Yeah.
NS20.
20. Okay. Okay, just one.
NS01. And then NS17. NS65.
We're just quick. 1, 20, 65.
121 NS1, 1 NS17, and 1 NS65, and 1 NS22,
Okay.
and 1 NS25,
Okay.
and 1 NS26, and 1 57,
Height.
66, 62, 59, 71, 74, 81,
Teko-san, sashibari, hello.
81, yeah, and 15,
15.
yeah, 1, 5, and then 16,
Yep.
and then 80, 80, and 19.
Okay.
Yoko,
Yes. Now Yoko. Okay.
there's 3 bins there.
Yeah. This
Rei-chan.
one and then this one. And don't we occasionally have? Is it Pasturi? Who's the other?
Yes, but he won't have any. So
Okay.
whatever. If you got time, go through. But it's you made it Yoshidas.
Okay. Okay. What?
Tiko-san, the party room is occupied. My daughter's living there this week.
Okay.
The print party room. So bags are either here somewhere or in the the old office next to where the old shop was, or in Cameron's room at the back.
64.
いつもそっちに置いてます。
Okay, no problem.
64.
I thought you dumped your stuff in the party room.
違う違う。
Okay, anyway, no problem. Okay.
75.
お昼はパーティールームで食べ
No, they're there. They've got mattresses bed. They've moved into there. So I had Cameron's room at the back.
て、荷物はいつもこっち。
Okay, thank you.
72.
4. And then 14.
これ半銀。
はいです。そう、ごめん。昨日。
うん大丈夫。ガス。もう一つの会社見積もり送ってこないんですよ。通販の会社のやつはね。
じゃあ、青山さんに私に僕まだ言ってないですけど。
いや僕のメールアドレスで送ったはずなんですよ。
And 77.
まあ、今の見積もりは20万。
いいですか？
わからない。もう40万は考えずない。多めは10だ。20万は悪くはないから。
じゃあお願いします
そう
か。早くやった方が。
今日メール返事しましたよ。Let's go.
はい見ました。じゃあ電話しますねすぐね。わかりました。はい。
Excuse me, stream, just a sec. This is Aoyama-san dropped in. Did you say hello?
あ一人だ。
そうすると、昨日、今何日の間、昨日、この
2日とか3日で。
No,
はい
昨日。
わあすごいね。
だから今在庫。もうないね。
お客さんいっぱいでした。
そうです。It's crazy.
そうか。
これ本当に、一回は本当に良かった。
みんなに知られてきたんですかね。
昨日のものはオランダからの14人、女性14人、飛行機の中で見て、バンだった。そう。
You did all of those.
ちょっとごめん、今ちょっとストリームやってる途中ですね。
じゃあまた後で。
Thank you.
So 28.
Yeah, you don't see Aoyama so much, of course. So he's not here at this time of day, and anyway, when he does come, he's working upstairs. So he does usually now 2 days, sometimes 3 days a week. We've always got projects for him. At the moment, the number one project for him, he's working on the blocks with me. He's the one who did this block, the one that you're seeing here. Did it in sense of we bandsawed it. We did this together with the first batch, but he'll be doing it by himself from now on. Bandsawed it and glued them down onto a block. Couldn't do without this guy. Couldn't do without him. He built the shelves for me last week. Just put them in, bang. Beautiful job. He's not a professional carpenter, but he can do the job.
Yeah.
Is she? No.
When it is. 281.
Oh, 2 of 81.
281. Sorry.
Got it. I was thinking 281. Wow.
281. And the one opposite.
Okay, actually, it must be getting close to time, There's a party at 10, and if Hosono-san is off today, I've got to get involved with that. So it's probably almost time to wrap this up. So let me get to the end of this row here. So it's been a reasonable stream. I've got some work done. I haven't watched much of your conversation. I'm sorry if there's been any. But, I was hoping my daughter would drop in, we can see her, but she's probably upstairs with the baby. So
59.
okay, coming along. This is the gift print, of course. A couple more days of work on this. We might have something ready for proof printing. We'll see.
And then 220.
What time? Oh, it's 9. We've run over time. My God, I didn't even notice. Look at this. John's reminding me. We're on track of time. Doesn't matter. Okay. Thanks, guys. Today's Thursday. Friday, tomorrow morning, I'll be back here. Same time, same station, by myself or with Cameron or with my daughter. Who knows? No idea. I'll be carving more of this same stuff. Thanks, guys. Very relaxing for me today after yesterday's insanity. So, see you later. Bye-bye.
And the one
How do we do
of
this?
60.
Questions off. FaceTime camera off.
And then one of 2.
All right. Stop streaming. Thanks again. Bye-bye.